One thing I noticed about Anna's relationship with Steph is the fact that when Steph was trying to speak out about how her relationship with Anna really went, she got quite a bit of hate, and people felt like Steph was airing out Anna's dirty laundry. Steph kept trying to speak her truth even though there were some people that were not happy about it. I feel like this is one of the first major instances we have seen of one of Anna's ex-girlfriends trying to speak out against Anna's drug use and some of her habits, and the first time we've really seen one of her exes get quite a bit of pushback from their supporters.
But the thing that everybody wants to talk about is that I have a drug problem. Steph's tweet was worded very, very, very poorly and very stupidly, for like a lack of a better word, a lack of a more respectful word. And she knows the truth, and she was going to clear it up, and she wanted to go on you now, and she wanted to kind of like explain what she meant, because everybody and their sisters, mothers, fathers, brothers, cousins, dog thought that I was lying about doing drugs. So let me just pull up the tweet, because I got a screenshot, and say where the misconception was. So the part in the tweet that, and she knows this, like there's no fighting about this, she knows that it was misinterpreted. The part in the tweet said, I wasn't okay with the partner doing non-legal drugs, and she said she would stop. So the way people took that, as the way I took it, as the way anybody would take it reading that, is that she wasn't okay with me doing illegal drugs, and I said I would stop. But that is worded very, 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 very poorly. What she meant to say, which I don't even know how she worded it that way. I don't know how it came out. I think she wasn't thinking clearly, as neither have I been thinking clearly after all this shit has been going on. Now, if you know who I am, if you watch my YouTube channel, you know that I have a history with psychedelics. We all know it. It takes no one by surprise. I have made LSD trip reports. I have talked about the harm. I've talked about harm reduction psychedelics. I've talked about the risk of psychedelics. I have talked about my use of DMT. All that. I have talked about my past experiences with psychedelics. Keyword, past. Now, the misinterpretation in her tweet was that she wasn't okay with it, and I told her I would stop. But what she was referring to was, okay, so since the day I started dating her, since the motherfucking first day I started dating her, I haven't touched a psychedelic. And she knows that. She very well knows that. What she was referring to was Jacqueline and I having a conversation about DMT. And while we were having a conversation about DMT, at first we were talking about ayahuasca, because Jacqueline did ayahuasca for a video. It's on YouTube. And ayahuasca is legal in many countries. It's used as like, it's like a spiritual ceremony. It's like a healing practice, if you will. They have like ayahuasca churches and ayahuasca ceremonies and whatever. And the leading ingredient in ayahuasca is DMT, which everybody knows. I know all about DMT. So when us three, me, Steph, and Jacqueline, were talking about it, I looked at Steph and I was like, babe, there's no way that you would be okay with me trying ayahuasca in like 5 years. Like, I was talking about going on a ayahuasca retreat, like literally, I know this sounds crazy, but like literally in Peru or like the Amazon, doing it with the shaman, blah, 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 in like 5 years. I was not talking about doing any drug now, and she was not okay with that, and she got really, 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 really upset. Now, if everybody knows me online, I have a reputation to be this type of person, and everybody knows Steph online who has a reputation to be someone completely different. We're very different in many ways. She got really, 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 really upset with me wanting to do the ayahuasca retreat years from now, and that was literally what she was referring to in the tweet, that she is not okay with me doing non-legal drugs, and I said I would stop. So even though I did not touch like an illegal drug while I was with her, which says a lot anyway, on its own, that was what she meant. So everybody, am I on something right now? Yeah, I just shot up heroin, like right before I got on you now. I just smoked a little crack. Oh, and I'm also on ayahuasca because I wanted to do it so bad. I just couldn't wait for the shaman. Like, you guys are so, I'm not even fucking stoned. I wish I was fucking high. Like, this is as sober as you're gonna get me. So a lot of people took the way that she worded that as as I have been lying about doing drugs, which I was not. I was not. She never intentionally lied. The only thing that I consider a lie is the fact that she worded that drug statement so stupidly. And I told her that. I was like, dude, you fucking ruined me online. We had our other issues or whatever, but the thing about the drugs really destroyed me. I kid you not, I could show you my Tumblr questions right now. There's hundreds of people telling me that I need to go into rehab and I need to go into detox and the spirituality stuff is getting too out of hand and the drugs are getting to my head and I'm obsessed with someone who doesn't want anything to do with me, which is fucking bullshit, because if you think that I would pursue or want to be friends with someone that doesn't want anything to do with me, you must not know who I am. I'm not going to want to be friends with someone that doesn't want anything to do with me. So there was just some misinterpretations with that. As far as did she lie? No, she didn't lie. She just tweeted without really thinking about how it sounded, which I totally get because I've been there. But the issue was with my last breakup, the Larry Natalia breakup that broke the internet. That was so public for me and so hard to deal with that I promised myself the next time I go through a breakup, if it's with a social media influencer, I want it to be offline. I do not want any of it to be public because I can be public with my life, I can talk about my depression, but when you're so public with a breakup, it becomes so debilitating to even go on any social media network. I can't open Instagram. I can't open Tumblr. It makes me want to go crazy. I can go on Tumblr, but I just go through the feed. I can't look at any of my questions. I can't look at my, it's so hard when everybody hears one side or just a little detail and think that that's the whole situation when it's not at all. There's so much more than that. It's a sticky situation when I make trip report videos and I tell the camera all the time, learn from my mistakes, but trust me when I tell you I'm not doing these things anymore and I'm being honest. If I was doing LSD, you'd be able to know. It is very hard to hide. And not even LSD, DMT, whatever. It would become obvious to the internet.
Anna's first girlfriend was Natalia Taylor back in 2017. After Natalia and Anna broke up, Natalia said that she was going to take a break from social media so that she could work on herself and figure out big changes that she wanted to make in her life. When Natalia returned to social media in 2018, Anna was a bit upset because of some of the things Natalia was saying about how she got into drugs and the fact that Natalia was starting a collab channel with her boyfriend. Anna posted a series of notes asserting that she did not get Natalia into drugs and that Natalia's timing was a coincidence.
Effect I could have had on other people. I wasn't thinking about my personal influence or other people's influence on me. It didn't make sense to me. I'd always heard the saying, show me your friends or show me your friend group and I'll show you who you are. And I'd never really clicked with that before. So I have to say that when I became friends and, pursued a relationship with Anna, it really became a toxic relationship that I had never experienced before up until that point. Literally, if you put gasoline and fire together, it was just a recipe for disaster, me and her. And it was after I met Anna that I and her started to experiment more with harder drugs behind the scenes. And I think there was a certain level of trust that I had with this person because, as far as I was aware, she had a psychology degree and she knew a lot about drugs and, she's very open about this on her channel. I'm definitely not spilling any tea right now, but she's very open about her experiments with drugs. And I felt like being with this person gave me a sense of safety or security when in reality, I definitely misjudged that. Just because someone else has done something before you doesn't mean that it's a good idea for you to do it. Not to mention how I had blissfully no idea how drugs could affect me psychologically because of my family history with mental illness, and we'll get into that.
Just recently in 2020, a picture resurfaced of Anna and Natalia in a three-way kiss with an underage fan. People were more mad at Anna about that than Natalia because they felt like Natalia was a victim of Anna. Around this time, some racist tweets resurfaced, and Anna said that she was going to pull a Natalia, referring to taking a year off of social media, which honestly maybe she should do, but a lot of people, including Colin Berry, found that offensive, knowing that Anna was part of the reason why Natalia was even taking a break from YouTube. Anna feels that people should be mad at both her and Natalia equally because they were both involved in the decisions. This is when we saw Anna constantly deleting her social media, but she did tell us in an old video around 2019 why she's prone to constantly deleting her social media.
You guys may or may not know that I deactivated my Twitter. I also deleted the app completely so I couldn't creep, even though that didn't solve that problem. I also deleted my Instagram app. I tried to deactivate it as well, but it wouldn't let me because apparently you can only deactivate so many times in a month. Like, if that doesn't sum up my life. So since I couldn't deactivate that, I just deleted it completely. And I'm not gonna lie, I still creep on my computer. I just got out of a relationship. You think I'm not gonna creep? Like, should I creep? No. But do I creep? Yeah. Do I set myself up to be hurt? Yeah. And frustrated? Frustrated is like the perfect word to describe my emotion when I go on Twitter. Let me just give you a side story really quick. When I creeped on Taylor's Twitter not too long ago, sometime after the breakup, she had tweeted something that had like nothing to do with anything. It wasn't significant in any way. It wasn't bad towards me. I think the tweet had like, I literally don't know what the tweet was, but when I clicked it, I ended up finding a chain of tweets of people going back and forth talking about how I disappeared from the internet because I broke Taylor's heart. And by disappear, they meant like deactivate. And in this chain, which there were more than one, it wasn't just that. It was also that I don't deserve her and that she deserves better and that they weren't surprised that I did this. But don't get me wrong, there were people in this chain of tweets that were sticking up for me, telling these people they don't know what they're talking about. But I couldn't focus on that. My focus is on the negative because I'm fucking human. So anyway, just a quick little insight as to why I deactivated my social media. I came across multiple chains of tweets by just creeping on that one tweet. Can you guys imagine what I would be seeing if I had my accounts up? I would see it everywhere. I would see people being mean to me. I would see people being mean to Taylor. I would see people blaming me. I would see people blaming Taylor. I would see people thinking that they know what the fuck they're talking about, when in reality, they don't have the slightest clue. And that is the reason why I disappeared. I didn't disappear because I broke Taylor's heart. I disappeared because of people like you. People like you that just think they know what they are talking about. Please try to see this from my view. We tried basically 2 years to make things work. I love her more than I have ever loved somebody in my entire life, and I have been in love many, many, many times. You guys see 10 minutes of a week, if that. Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes of an entire month. You have no idea. I tried so hard to make this work. Taylor tried so hard to make this work. We both fought, literally, not fought with each other, but we did that too. But we fought so hard to make shit work. Sorry, I need to put my phone on. Not fucking whatever. What I'm trying to say is that we didn't even want to imagine a life without each other, let alone actually walk away from each other. And we tried so fucking hard. And for you to be sitting behind a keyboard saying that I disappeared from the internet because I broke somebody's heart, like, you guys see 10, 20 minutes out of a week, if that. Somehow, some of you guys think that you know what is going on within our relationship. You have no idea how hard we tried. You have no idea how much it literally gives me goosebumps how frustrated I get when I think about it. You're sitting behind a computer saying that I broke somebody's heart. I broke my own heart. We broke our own hearts, trying to fight so hard for something that just, I don't know, that's not even what I want to talk about in this video, because I just want you guys to understand. Like, it's so frustrating for me knowing how well I treated her. Like, I literally treated her like a fucking queen. Like, we both treated each other good. We just had problems. Like, I can't see any more people thinking that they know what's going on when they have no idea. It's like, it's the most frustrating thing. I know that I can't blame people for talking and like speculating, but it's just so frustrating when I know the truth and I know how hard I tried and I know how many times I cried and how many times she cried and how hard we both tried for it. And the biggest one, I think, is knowing how well I treated her and having people think that I broke her heart. Like, I would break my own heart a million times to prevent her from being hurt.
One issue a lot of people have, especially recently, is that Anna seems to be disingenuous about her sobriety. She has quite a few Instagram lives that she did where she was getting high on camera with Andie. This is not to shame those who struggle with drug addiction, because that's an incredibly hard addiction to fight. I think this just adds to the concern and frustration a lot of her followers have.
Yeah, yeah. What, baby? Before the blood or after? Before. Are you actually doing it? Have I done what?
I am back.
You are back, baby? Baby.
Yeah, baby.
Come here.
I'm coming.
You don't even have to say it. Can you read my mind? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, or like, no?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you see that? We just communicated
telepathically. I just said, can you read my mind? Yeah, but it's, yeah? Yeah. You can ask me if I've done any drug, I'd probably tell you. Except a couple, maybe I wouldn't. But I don't know what that drug is. Oh! Ketamine. They meant to say cat, and they said let. Have I ever done heroin? No, are you crazy?
Hell no.
What are you talking about? You have no evidence to back up your claim.
We saw Anna physically reunite with Kaylee last year in 2020. They assured us that they were not dating and they were just filming content together on OnlyFans. Anna made her debut on OnlyFans with her ex-girlfriend Andie. Before she visited Kaylee in California, she was living in Ohio with Taylor. This was incredibly heartwarming to see that they had made up, but it was also concerning knowing how turbulent their relationship has been in the past. A lot of people found this toxic that they were even hanging out and talking. More people were concerned with #Tanner. But after Anna left Ohio to visit Kaylee, she was promoting OnlyFans content with Kaylee. And some people thought it was weird that she was doing OnlyFans content with all of her exes while assuring to us that they were still exes and there was no feelings involved. Meanwhile, promoting it all over social media for everybody else to see, i.e. her other ex-girlfriends. Then Taylor came out and was trying to tell us how toxic the relationship was. To be completely honest, I have never had an issue with Taylor trying to come out about her relationship with Anna. I always felt like Taylor is allowed to talk about the negative things that happened in the relationship, and maybe she was okay with the age gap and getting with Anna when she was a teenager at the time, but maybe Taylor got older and she realized that she wasn't okay with that. Me and Taylor are the same age. Our birthdays are 1 month apart, so I really don't know how I would feel if an older woman was trying to slide into my DMs when I just turned 18. Taylor deciding to come out against Anna did seem a little bit random though, and not everybody was welcoming her story. I feel like this is because her 2.5 hour long video isn't what people expected it to be. I think people wanted more tea in the video, and Taylor didn't give any fun tea. And I think some people felt like the video was boring and a waste of time. I feel like some people thought that Taylor's video didn't live up to their expectations. Also, Taylor has some videos up of her claiming that the pandemic is over. I feel like this did not
I don't know that there's a
case,
pandemic going on. Like, duh, obviously I fucking know that. Every single person that has lost their job from this pandemic literally has their job back now. Like, things are like, why can you go to Home Goods? Like, come on. Like, yeah, we're in a pandemic, but it's a lot more like normal-ish. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much everyone I know has their jobs back with COVID.
Taylor and Kaylee went on an Instagram Live back in 2019, both airing out their grievances about their relationship with Anna and how she copes with her life and drugs. A lot of what they had to say is still relevant today and is still concerning how relatable it still is to this current situation.
Like, I still love her. You know what I mean? Of course I still love her. I mean, I'm not very happy right now, and I will say that Anna has hurt me more than anybody in my entire life these past few weeks. And not even just these past few weeks, these past few months. So, she's gonna say that I am intentionally hurting her, that I'm intentionally, no. It all started because she hurt me. I want to actually say something. Anna was a great girlfriend to me. Like, she really was. She would do anything for me. If she had the world, she would give it girlfriend. But there were a lot of things that she did that I didn't know about. There were a lot of things she lied to me about. I know I wasn't a great girlfriend, like, not all the time. You know what I mean? I had a lot of issues, and I do want to say that most of my issues were caused by drug use. And I'm not using drugs as, like, an excuse. I'm not using mental illness as an excuse. But I never had a problem with my anger. I never had a problem with anything before I started doing drugs with her. And it was literally right after I started doing drugs with her. Like, right after. So, like, I do blame a lot of my anger on my drug use. And I really do think it brought out my bipolar sooner than it should have. Like, I really do think that it had a lot to do with the reason, like, my anger and all that shit. So, and not to mention, all of our worst fights were when we were coming down on drugs. So, that's that. Most of our worst fights. So, anyways, I love you. I love you. I'm angry! What the fuck is... No. Wait, can we just talk about... Wait, what just happened the other day between us? Didn't she say she was gonna come here and beat you up? Oh, beat me up? Yeah. I don't even know. Okay. Threatening me and just saying, like, that she said her name or whatever. And she said she was gonna come to Ohio. She said she's gonna end my career all because Serena said, fuck this person. This person wasn't even about her. So... No, this person is our friend. So I was like... Yeah. And I'm like... And not to mention, the only reason why I'm doing this right now is because Anna exposed me. But 2 days ago, she was saying that she started my career and watch her end it. So, like, if you're gonna end my career, sweetie, just do it. Like, just do it. I don't care. Like, what are you gonna say? That I had anger issues? Yeah, sure, I did. Like, what else are you gonna say? I never cheated on you. I've never done anything. Like, literally never did anything. I had anger issues. And I only have anger issues with you. I don't have any anger issues with anybody else in my life. Now, not to mention, in every relationship she's had a drug problem. But she's going to a music festival with this new girl she has. Should I talk about all the fucked up things that we did on drugs? Should I just clarify it? How we did so much drugs together that I thought I was...
I did
mind you,
so many drugs.
Not, like, I know it's my own choice. Same with you. It was your choice to do drugs, right?
Correct.
But if you're with a 26-year-old...
Somebody has to be the smart one.
Like, and you're letting these young girls do all this...
Pattern. We were both... I was 18 when she met me and we did all the drugs together. You were 19. Like,
I was 18 when I met her, too.
Yeah, we're teenagers with a 26-year-old doing... half a gram of Molly plus a euro of E on top, like, 2 days in a row. Like, just the shit we did was insane. And if she's just there right now, he's like, I'm sober now. She just did me not even a month ago.
Yeah.
And called me. Like, literally was on Molly and called me. It was like, I'm freaking out. Like, okay, so, like, I know her.
It just mind fucks me that she's 26 years old, doing all this drugs with every girl she's ever been with, and now she's going to, like, you're destroying girls. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, you're destroying them. Like, and, like, it's so sad because you claim to be in love with me, yet you're moved on 3 months later. Wait, how soon did she move on after the second time when she moved on to you? 3 months? Was it 3 months?
Literally, we started talking at the beginning of March.
Interesting.
Even if they're not in the same context, it is a pattern. Like, she would tell me on the phone, like, I've never been alone, I need to be alone, XYZ. And it was making me realize how, like, I was never special to this girl. Like, this girl just needed somebody. It wasn't she needed me, she needed somebody. And then while you guys were living together, we were texting as well as friends, like, in November.
Exactly.
And that's what it's showing me with you as well. Like, she sits there and she would tell me, too, like, I love Taylor the most out of actually anyone. And, like, when she would talk about these problems, and it's like, but if you did, how do you already have somebody else?
My point.
Like, can you, like, when all this happened, she's like, can you come, like, all the fans would be comparing it to Steph, comparing it to Ashley, comparing it to Dan. And she's like, they're all different. They're all different, but it's all the same same pattern. You cheated on Dan with Ashley, correct?
Correct.
Okay? Then you were with Ashley. Then you and Ashley didn't work out. You go to Steph. All of a sudden now you leave Steph and you're with Ashley. Ashley doesn't want you. You're back now with Taylor. Now you're with Taylor. You and Taylor break up. I come along. Like,
The thing is, I still feel so bad, but she doesn't give a fuck. She just exposed herself. Like, I still feel so bad after she's hurt me so much, cheated on me, all this shit.
To say something to everyone, by the way, not even a month ago, on things, she is a new girl, she was begging to fly me out to Texas. I bet her new girl doesn't know that, because guess what? Her ass is getting flown out to Texas as well. She was
Right there.
How when Anna thinks that you're
trying to fly me out to Texas, trying to fly me out to Boston. Then I kept saying no. I don't want to see you in person. If I see you in person, I think it's going to hurt me. She was like, okay, then I'll come to LA. I'll get an Airbnb. I wanted to, trying to come. If I wanted her back, I could have simply had her come here, and she has such codependency issues, she would have thought she was in love with me as well.
Exactly.
Anna also has this pattern of posting threatening posts and worrying her fans, and then the next day telling everybody that she's fine. She gets everybody completely worked up with her suicidal posts. Anna at one point was trying to say that Taylor was sending her indirects on Twitter and that a lot of Taylor's tweets were about her. And if you looked at Taylor's tweets, they would usually be incredibly vague. I always felt like instead of Anna reacting to every incredibly vague tweet that she thinks is even slightly insinuating her, she should move on and ignore it. I don't know if this was harder for her to do because of her BPD, but that was something a lot of us noticed and we were incredibly frustrated. I don't necessarily disagree, though, that always was Anna and Taylor's word, because there's lots of posts of Taylor and Anna saying always to each other.
Me and Anna's thing was always saying, like, always, like, I love you, always, you know what I mean? So, like, if I wrote a tweet and I was just said something and put the word always in it, like, she would know it's towards her, because that word was, like, our word.
Some incredibly toxic supporters were trying to bring Carly and their younger sister that's in high school into all of this mess. They said that Carly looks like a man, and when Carly tweeted a vague tweet about a relationship, they assumed it was either about Carly's ex-girlfriend or about the situation with Anna. A couple people also insinuated that their high school sister was stupid. Honestly, calling somebody a crackhead, saying somebody looks like a man, calling someone stupid, or being ableist in your tweets do not help further your argument, and it just makes you look really bad. I absolutely hated seeing all these things. Anna also has a habit of threatening to expose. She has deleted tweets several times where she'll get mad at someone and she'll threaten to expose them in a video, and we all have to tell her nobody wants to watch that video. Just because you have a platform and you have hundreds of thousands of subscribers does not mean that all of your subscribers want to watch you bash your ex-girlfriend and dig up all of the dirt that nobody was even talking about, or drag a stupid situation on and on and on. Like when Andie tweeted back on my BS, I feel like Anna should have just ignored it. Kaylee has been making tweets in the past couple months alluding to turbulent waters in her relationship with Anna. She had revealed that Anna says mean things to her, especially out of anger, and she was surprised that she even normalized Anna saying those things to her. This came about when Kaylee's ex-girlfriend posted Kaylee on her Instagram story. Some people want to, though, call Kaylee a hypocrite because they were trying to warn Kaylee about Anna months and years ago, and they felt that Kaylee was invalidating another victim of abuse, which is Taylor. They feel that Kaylee has harassed Taylor over and over again. I really don't know if it's logical to expect or demand that Kaylee give Taylor an apology. I don't know their relationship and I don't know what went down. Lots of people say that Taylor is extremely manipulative and a liar. I understand from the outside looking in why someone would even think that, but I don't know if that's really what we should be advocating for. It's honestly incredibly crappy, the fact that Kaylee is tweeting similar things to a lot of Anna's exes about how much she loved Anna, and now she's saying that Anna worsened Kaylee's drug addiction and that Anna was physically abusive. So I don't know if having an I told you so mindset is really healthy or helping here, because it's absolutely disgusting that this seems to continue. I really want Anna and every other girl involved to get the mental help that they need. I really want this to continuously be addressed so everybody knows that we didn't forget about this. We didn't forget about how you treated Kaylee. Once again, people got mad at Kaylee for speaking out against Anna and saying, just like Steph, and at times just like Taylor, that Kaylee was just airing out Anna's dirty laundry and that she never really loved Anna. But for the most part, Kaylee was trying to respectfully tell her side of the story. I don't know if that's exactly different than Anna threatening to expose her ex-girlfriends over a vague tweet. Anna has been off of most social medias except TikTok for the last week or two. Meanwhile, Kaylee has had to answer questions about Anna's whereabouts and the status of their relationship. It got so bad with Kaylee that she was threatening to delete all of her posts because she was getting a lot of harassment from a few people. And she admitted that she held so much resentment that Anna didn't even think twice about giving her drugs. And knowing some of the reason why Kaylee was even battling with drug addiction or why she was even overdosing was because of Anna's action. I have noticed some parallels in the way that Anna treats her girlfriends and how she depends on them for mental wellness. This behavior has been called codependent and clingy.
Losing it, like for no reason. And this angel knew exactly how to handle it. Like, I don't know. That's why we're good for each other. We don't push each other's buttons. We don't. We literally don't. And I think I've gotten good at that too. Like, I'm really good with, she's like the best person that has ever been able to handle, like, do I say my mental health? I don't really know what it is. Yeah. I'm like really weird. I like cry a lot. Like, we were literally watching, what were we watching? X? Yeah. We were watching a music video and I just started crying.
So cry over anything.
Like, I'm like,
TikTok.
The other thing, the video we saw on TikTok today, I won't explain it, but there was a really sad TikTok and I was like, I yelled at you. I was like, turn it off. And I like walked in the other room and you played it low because you wanted to hear it. In the other room, I was like, Kaylee, turn it off. Like, I get triggered so easily. Like, my mental health isn't the best, and a lot of people can't understand it, and you do. Mm-hmm. You do, and you understand my freakouts, and you're just so good to me.
In California or Ohio, we are in Boston.
Do you want to get off?
Yeah, after you hit this.
Alright, well. I know, that's what I'm saying. Why can't anybody positive? What the fuck is the deal?
Like, just believe me. Just hit this and we'll get off.
Okay, well, tell me how I'm being rude. Like, no, enlighten me. Am I being rude to Kaylee? Am I being rude to you?
Babe, let's just go to bed.
No, because this whole time I literally said to you, I was having fun. I want to vibe on live. I was having fun with them.
Babe, it's fine.
No, it's not, because I wanted to be on live and have fun with you guys. And everybody's like, I'm being rude. Who am I being rude to? Babe, ow! Like, just enlighten me. Who am I being rude to? Like, I'll never be on live again.
We love you guys.
Yeah, we love you. See you fucking never on live again.
Anna, stop.
No, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm not being rude.
Anna, here's the thing.
But I'm not. Like, everybody's literally saying, like, not being rude.
I know you're not being
like,
rude.
We were just vibing to pee. I just put my favorite song on. We were just vibing. Like, what am I honestly doing wrong? I'm high as fuck. I'll start crying.
Yeah, it's fine, baby.
Like, we were just vibing.
It's fine. People are gonna troll. It's okay.
It's not trolling, though. If multiple people are saying it and you want to get off. Like, I wasn't being rude to you. We were having fun. That's so annoying. Like, I'm over here dancing in the background, having fun.
Someone said ignore them and just put on your favorite song. They're not saying that you're mean, they're saying you just sound angry.
I don't see the difference, but y'all are pissing me off.
Stop, be nice.
I am being nice. Obviously, they know I fucking love them. I wouldn't be on here if I wasn't.
It's the ones who are they're trolls.
But it's still annoying. Like Kaylee, you deserve kindness. Like, I'm not kind to you. Like, get the fuck off of this shit. I'm over this. Like, you deserve kindness?
Babe, it's okay.
It's annoying. Like, what am I doing that's so bad? Like, I was having so much fucking fun. Now it's ruined. Baby.
Oh, they're saying they love you.
Yeah, I love them too, but it's just rude as fuck.
There's a few haters. You're gonna have haters.
Okay, but hate on me. Say I'm ugly. Say I'm fucking fat. Say I'm anything. Don't say I treat you wrong. At this point,
Yeah, I've been saying get off.
you haven't, but if you want,
What they think.
if you want to, then why didn't we?
I really think Anna needs to take a break, a serious, legitimate break from social media before she gets into another relationship and really look introspectively, because from our perspective, the audience perspective, it really just looks like she's damaging these young girls. I want nothing but positive things from all of Anna's exes, and more than anything, all that anybody who knows Anna or knows of Anna's situation, all they want for her is to take accountability and to actually start the healing process.